Yo, what up? Alright, see how fucking white I look? Now watch this. Watch how unwhite I look now. Boom, look at that. Boom, that's even better. Even better. Boom. Whiteness removed. Let's see what we got here. Eon, what up, what up? Benavidez by KO, I'm taking all bets. I don't know how many people are going to bet on that one. How you late to your own party, champ? I'm on BP time. Bulgarian people time. Benavidez via I like that one, Jesus. Vasilios, what's up, man? Haven't seen you in a minute. I agree with that. What's up, Dwayne? Mike, agreed. Well, stoppage maybe. That's a great question. Billion. Not trillion, billion. Because in his reign, nobody touched him. The only person to truly beat him was Canelo the second time. First time he beat Canelo. Should have at least. It's going to be an underwhelming early stoppage, but I'm with you. I'm with you guys. Bud Crawford was Joe Rogan twice, Marco. I know, but both of those were before the Charlo fight, so it didn't matter. Yeah, I'm good. Like, God, okay. Morrell with the boxing. Yeah, it was clear. Clearly, Bud said after he beat Spence, it was like initially, like the first like few days, he was like, nah, there's, Canelo's too big. But literally within like a week or two tops, he switched over to I want to fight Canelo, and he went on Joe Rogan. And then Canelo fought Charlo later. But even if he said it after the Charlo fight, that's still not a good argument because Charlo looked awful in that fight. He ran the whole fight. There was nothing about that fight that would make Bud think I could beat Canelo because Canelo dominated and had a dude running from him. So it wasn't how Charlo looked because Charlo looked awful. If Charlo looked great, now you have an argument. But first of all, the timelines don't match up. It happened before the Charlo fight. But even if it did happen after, there's still nothing that indicates that he saw Charlo and said, oh, I could do this. If anything, you'd be like, shit, this guy hit so hard, he made a dude bigger than me run. How does Morrell have only 11 fights? I don't know, because he had 1,000 in Cuba. You just found out what from watching, I know what from. You watched my video today, right? And I said the word British pugilists. Am I wrong, Ian, or am I right? One interview was after fight Charlo, actually? No, it wasn't. I looked it up. Well, the one where he said that he's going to fight Canelo, that was before the Charlo fight. I don't know, maybe there's one after, but the one I'm talking about was before. Crawford only wants his payday. He has a taste of fame. Okay. I think Crawford made it pretty clear that he had intentions of fighting Charlo after the Spence fight. Little Charlo. Oh, he made it clear during. Remember, he went over and grabbed his nuts and looked at Charlo and said, you're next? I say decision because Booba's the only guy going to be stopped in a couple of years. You'll see. You'll see. Let's not forget, Morrell is like, he's a natural 68-pounder who just moved up. Didn't he start at 60, Morrell even? But said he thought Charlo could beat Canelo, but he respected him too much. Maybe. I don't know. But Bud might think that since Charlo didn't get knocked out. Nah, that makes no sense. The only way that the argument was, I said he beat Errol Spence and he got gassed. And then Ness goes, no, he got gassed after seeing the Charlo fight. That makes zero sense because there's nothing in the Charlo fight that made anybody think Canelo's vulnerable. Nothing. So this doesn't make any sense. But besides that, there's timestamps. It definitely happened before. It was clear. Also, you got to be smart. You got to use your brain. This was one of the biggest fights in boxing history, one of the most evenly split fights. Nobody knew who was going to win. It was a mega fight, and he dominated literally like Superman fighting a civilian. So, of course, his mind's going to get gassed. And all of us, hey, I believed it too a little. I'm like, I don't think he'll beat Canelo, but he has a good chance. All of us thought that. So it just makes sense. Yeah, the video and the dude who'd be in the chat, huh? In Porter camp, Bud's the reason suddenly he gets a little famous. Yeah, I don't know. I'm using my brain. Well, some of us can argue that you don't always use your brain, Alberto. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm saying some of us can argue it. Yeah, I agree with the pug, Bud, my boy, but I think he mainly bread related. With the pug? I don't know what you meant to write, but I'm sure it wasn't pug because that's a fucking dog. Too bad Rob's not here. That was a soursop sip. Finally feeling better today for my cold. I even exercised today too. First time in like 3 days. Drop the link. We can get some. Oh, you want to come in? Maybe I'll do that in a little bit. You asked how I learned. Oh, but you said pug. Yeah, from the video and that dude in the chat. I don't get it. Signature sounds. What up, blood? Have you given your take breakdown on Shakur versus Austin? No. Well, yes and no, because it's not much of a breakdown. Shakur outboxes him. Shakur, though, might get rocked or dropped. Rocked, or because he's really never even been rocked. He might get rocked or dropped, wobbled or dropped. But it's gonna be a little bit like Shea Mosley and Mayweather. He'll adjust like Floyd did and cruise to an easy victory afterwards. Kid Austin's just too green and wild. Do I hear the game system? Yeah, you do. Tia's playing Zelda. I was agreeing with Casanova. We should never do that. Crawford got big-headed from a Spence fight. Suddenly he gets a limelight he never had before. But he realized how much of a career he had left on the table, so he wants... Exactly. That's what I said. And somebody else tried to say, oh, no, it's because of the Charlo fight. It's like, why the fuck would he see a Charlo fight and not instead use the thing that he just did that nobody expected as high-octane gas? I thought you were still sick because you look more pale today. You know what doesn't look pale? Your mom's butt cheeks. They're tanned. They're a little tanned. So I guess it's a good contrast. You know what I'm saying? Nah, no sonic rings. That's how we're doing it. What else we got? Where's Rob at? I'm gonna have Rob come in here and roast you. Matter of fact, I'm gonna sick Rob on you when he gets here. How about Ortiz versus Madrimov? That's a hard one. I'm gonna go with Madrimov. That's a tough one, and I think it does go the distance. What's up, Walter? Yeah, I'm telling you, he thought Charlo could beat Canelo, so he feel he could win. He thought Charlo could beat Canelo. That has nothing to do with that. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that. That's a weird, like, he thought he could beat Canelo. That's all it really was about, not Charlo. And if anything, that fight would have made him not think. After that fight, he saw that Charlo can't beat him. You know what I'm saying? So that fight would have made him not think that he could win. It wouldn't make him be like, oh, I could definitely beat him. Look how good Charlo did. Before Bud on ESPN interview saying he didn't care if he didn't get Spence fight. Yeah, I've heard him say that a bunch of times. What's up, Mo Brains? Ortiz is getting slapped Madrimov. I agree. Let's get ready to rumble. What's up, Kobe? You treating Rob like a pit bull. Nah, Rob's wilding out. Always calling me white, being mad racist. Y'all hit the like button. Come on, chat. What's up, Steph? Once he whoops Spence, it's like he lost his virginity and wants more. Exactly. Yeah, he got gassed. And you know what? The thing is, I don't blame him. I'd get gassed too. If I come in here and I do the unexpected, I do something that nobody expected. I dominate who's supposed to be the best fighter in the world. Dominate. 3-4 knockdowns. Like, I don't blame him getting gassed. Nah, you are not making sense. I don't agree that he thinks, well, if Charlo could beat him, so can I. Why would he think about somebody else before? He would just think himself, just like he said on Rogan. I thought it. He said it on Rogan out of his own mouth. I don't even know why we're having this conversation. Well, at first I thought weight classes, then I thought about it. We're the same height. I got more reach. He's a little bigger. I could do it. That's what he thought. Not Charlo could beat him. That just makes no sense. Why would you compare somebody who hasn't even fought him to somebody who doesn't even fight like you? Styles make fights. I got Benavidez by stoppage late and controversial draw because everyone all of a sudden thinks Benavidez isn't all good. I don't know who thinks that, but yo, Rob, I'm gonna need you to go in Alberto. He started talking about me being like a cracker, honky, or something like that. So get him. Salute to Pretty Boy Marco and the big homie T Dogs. Steph Brown's mustache. Marco, it's only right you. I already did have a sour sop sip. I already sipped the sop. You missed it. I'll have a little more in a little bit. I admire Bug's addiction to the fame, though, because it's giving us what we want. It's going to be his downfall. That's the problem. He's going to lose. If this fight happens, he's going to lose, and he might even get battered. But it won't affect his legacy because Canelo's bigger. Crawford was custom auto called Supreme Confidence. 100% Crawford. Yeah. Marco, your voice sounds. Yeah, man, I'm way better today. Thank you. They started talking about that before the Charlo fight. That's what I'm saying. I'm not even going to explain myself. Good. Meanwhile, guys with more fame like Tank giving us Lamont Roach. Yeah. I mean, you're right. Marco, what's your prediction? I can't give one. I don't know. It's a dub. He's going to get the dub. I don't know by which means, though. Bud would be knocked out cold. I'm going to be so happy. Damn. Why don't you like Bud? I don't dislike the dude. I just think he's biting off more than he could chew against our mans. But I don't dislike him. Why do you dislike him? What did he ever do to you? No, I don't actually. That's why I criticize his resume. You got found guy by I get it. I hate Bud. I was an Arrow fan. So you're still upset about the ass whooping? How much you lost betting on Spence? I hate Sean too. Damn. Because he arguably almost beat. If it wasn't for that knockdown, he could have had an argument that he beat Spence. Yeah, he's mad racist. Canelo should have to fight Terrence at a catch weight like 158 instead of making Bud move up. Why? It's Canelo's the one. Bud's going after him. He doesn't want to fight fucking Bud. I'm supposed to hate Marquez because I'm a Pacquiao fan. Exactly. What do you think about Benavidez and a move up to cruiserweight? I don't like it. I think I don't like that he said he's going to go up and fight Zerto. He might be able to very well beat him. I just don't like it. Like, have a few at the light heavyweight still. You're only 25 or whatever he is. I think Spence still would have won without the knockdown, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think so. I think that was the deciding factor, but I don't remember fully either. Nah, hey Sean. Nah, he hates Sean because you said he beats Fernando. Oh, you like Fernando. Are you from Oxnard, Alberto? What the fuck? What are the chances Canelo is going to take his third L? I'd say 60-40 Canelo loses. Maybe even 65-35. Puta, damn. Why are you calling people putas? Hey, Marco, remember what the consensus was Leonard challenge Hagler? I don't. It was pretty 50-50. No, most people thought Hagler would win. And by the way, Mo, a lot of people thought Hagler should have won. So that's not the best point right there. That was a very highly controversial fight. That was not a clear victory for anybody. Benavidez should have stayed at 68. You see how skinny he looks at 75? He could barely make it. Canelo really got 5 losses. No, he doesn't. 5? What you talking about? Oh, right. To Triple G, Lara, Floyd, Bivol, and who's the 5th? Ryder? Since the EJ questions are coming up, how do you think a Prime Spence versus Thurman would have went? Good question. I don't know. I guess I have to lean towards Spence, even though it's hard for me to erase what I just saw him last time he fought. Be a fan of boxing, not a fan of a man. Exactly. They had two. You're telling yourself fights, man. 2 plus. Marco, why do you think this won't be Benavidez' toughest fight? I think he's just gonna walk this guy down. I don't think this guy has. He just can't deal with him. Like nobody can. I think only a slick boxer could maybe beat Benavidez if he stays away. This guy doesn't fight like that. Trout? You thought Trout beat him? Yeah, so both men look great and scale today. I think Benavidez looks skinny. Like you saw the difference in physique. You know what I'm saying? Like Benavidez looked skinny, like he has not a muscle on him. That's kind of like how I looked because I didn't lift weights, but I hit hard. I looked a little more muscular than that, though. Actually, a lot more, but I still didn't look jacked. Benavidez moving up like a troll school fighter. I'm tired of Canelo's ever-changing excuses. True. People claim he should have lost to Vasquez. Shit. Cotto almost had him out. EJ, very lucky Thurman got hurt. Okay. Benavidez had a six-pack. It's going to be bad for Morrell. Not really. That's my point. Physique and muscles don't mean shit. Who has the better stamina? Nah, Benavidez. Benavidez has literally everything better. Cuban style is overrated. Astro customer. Yeah, well. Morrell's team is going to feel salty after Benavidez beats him to a pulp. Yeah, didn't Benavidez want to slap the shit of Morrell's like manager or some shit today? What up? I got the real David by decision. You know it. David Bena. Morrell has more power. You're wiling out. Reach. I remember you now, Starline. You'd be saying some crazy shit. Reach. That I'm not sure about. Ring IQ, no. Amateur background, yes. But no, he doesn't have more power and he doesn't have a better ring IQ. Those are the two that matter the most. I just think David's going to box till he find the right shots to get him going. It's going to be a carbon copy of what he did with Plant, what he did with Andrade. It's not going to be like we did with Vosdick. You know, you said you didn't lift weights, but did you calisthenics? What are calisthenics again? Like push-ups and shit? No, I actually didn't. I didn't do push-ups. I just did sit-ups. Sit-ups I did because I always want to get the washboard for the ladies going back then. But David Benavidez is normally flabby in the belly. He's great shape. He looks skinny. He actually might have more power, though. Who? How would Prime Showtime Sean Porter fare against a young man? Oh, no. I think Pacquiao beats him. He would maul, but Pacquiao, I think he would walk into some hard shit. I think it would be bad for Porter. Prime Pacquiao was just, and it'd be, and Pacquiao was fast enough to like get out the way if Sean just trying to rush at him. He'd just sidestep him and pop, 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 pop. Because every hit of 162, 200 pounds can lose 100 pounds in 6 months. True. Marco, no disrespect, but it makes sense why you didn't become a season better. Okay. Didn't you say what's his face was going to lose last fight? And he didn't? Never seen two fighters weigh the exact same. I know. Weird, right? Many people, including Ronnie Shields, his sparring partner Hot Rod, amongst others, said Morrell has more power. We'll see. Well, unfortunately, we don't know if that would have happened. I hope Ryan Rowley fight doesn't happen. I'm with you. I don't see that shit. It's going to be a walk in the park for. Yeah, I agree. But you never know. What's up, Marquise? What's good, Marco? I got Morrell by 8th, 9th round, TKO. I think he has physicals and stylistic ability. That's wrong for Benavidez. Rob, how do you have your button? Yeah, I asked him that. He said something about being a moderator or something. I don't know what he said. Barry Tompkins, longtime commentator, said consensus by the media and press conference was like they were going to be hanging. Okay. Morrell might have. What do you do at YouTube? Why don't you hook me up? Shit. But yeah, look, Ian can do it too. So it's just a. Ian got it somehow. So just an emoji, I guess. CJ, what up? I'm visiting Mama in a nursing home. It sucks. Mine's there too. Give her a big shout so she knows, folks. Big shout to Mom Rich. I doubt your last name's really Rich, but if it is, big shout to Mom Rich. What about the coaching? Ronnie's long history of knowing the game. Benavidez Senior. Yeah, I mean Ronnie Shields is definitely a more established, better coach, but hey, this guy's been with his son his whole life, and he's a flawless career so far. So, shit. What's up, Joaquin? Dukes. Mama J. Word up. Word up. Straight up and down. So I will be able to watch the fight live because I think me and wife are going out earlier, so I'll be back in time to watch it tomorrow. Shout out to my Dukes. It's my Dukes with an S. I hate dudes, rappers who always gotta talk like this. You know what I'm saying? Dudes gotta raise this. No, fuck that shit. That's some like Brooklyn shit, I feel like. That's big. What if CJ and me don't get along, but I'm respectful like that? You don't get along with anybody, Alberto. Are you like that in real life? Or you just let your inner frustration out on the keyboard, but in real life you're cool. This is the Midwest OG. Yeah, I know where the fuck you at. Appreciate you, Joaquin. That my favorite cartoon of all time. Bam. Easy. What's your favorite weight class? I don't have one. Whoever brings the thunder, I don't give a shit. I don't get along with you. I just called you a puta. Now, Alberto, a wallflower in real life. Like a wallflower, like fruity. Like that? Schnarf was a dog. He was what's supposed to be kind of their version of a dog, yeah. No disrespect, you will still my boy though. Hit that like button, guys. Word life. What do you do? Do you really work with YouTube? What do you do? Where'd you go? Oh, love you too. My wife just told me she loves me. She slapped me in the face. I'm just kidding. 1994 Batman and animated series Fire 2. Word. Dwayne, you just a kid. Yeah, he is a kid. Then how would Showtime show him Porter Fair again? Sugar Shane would beat him. Sugar Shane would beat him. Sugar Shane would beat him. Nah, I don't work with YouTube. I always told Alberto. Oh, you don't? What's up, yo, daddy? By you not lifting weights and not doing calisthenics, were you able to fight in the inside? Yeah. Yes. Yes. I was strong. Do you want all jokes aside? To this day, I have barely ever lost an arm wrestle. And dude's 200 pounds. To this day, I've barely ever lost an arm wrestle. I was strong. It's just natural. Throwing the punches would make me strong, though. Like, I had power. And when you box and you spar a lot, you end up wrestling with dudes. So you build your strength that way. Look, I'm not saying it maybe would have helped me if I did. Maybe it would have helped a little, but I didn't need to do that. What's going on with the fight of the year? We'll see. Canelo, no, man. Angel, I don't put active fighters in all-time lists. Tia would drive. Yeah, Tia could throw hard punches. Big, which reminds me. Big shout. My man, let's get this goal. See, I was left foot. Almost no super chats. Big shout to my man, Aldi. Marco, you think Benavidez is emotional? No. Yes, but not in a way that's going to hurt him. In a way that's going to motivate him. Aldi, it's called controlled anger. Controlled anger is what you need. That is not a negative. Uncontrolled anger, uh, frustration, all that, bad. Controlled anger, that's what fueled guys like Mike Tyson, Sonny Liston, Wilder. Wilder's was a little uncontrolled too, but he was also pretty controlled when he had to be. How much do I only benched a couple times. Last time I benched, I was 15 and I did 200 pounds 3 times. I've literally only benched once in my life. I don't lift weights. Nah, cuz it died way before I got up there. Or it was jacked I know. I was pretty jacked too. Like, look, let me show you guys something. You've seen this before, but where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Trying to find it. I got so many of these. All right, I don't think I can find it now, but there's an old one of me sparring, and you could, punching. When I'm 19, you see, like, I was pretty ripped. David really live up to the Mexican monster. Yeah. Winky Wright versus Charlo. Winky. Yeah, he's not active. Hagler. He's the only one I think that could beat Triple G at middleweight. Marco Benavidez is always angry, talking smack during press conferences. That's what I'm saying. Hey, Marco, do you think hit harder, Julian Jackson or G-Man? Damn. I think it's fucking Julian Jackson. I do. G-Man just... excuse me. Sorry. Who are you talking to? Oh, excuse me. G-Man hit harder. The problem was Julian had a longer career because G-Man had that brain injury. I think G-Man hit harder. I think G-Man's one of the hardest punchers of all time. Top 10 for sure, maybe top 5. Marco, Tim Bradley, and Africa, a.k.a. Richard Hitchens, exchange words on IG. Who do you think would... I don't know. I haven't seen enough of Hitchens. Catterall versus Porter. I'm not answering your Porter questions. Good day, sports talk. Sorry, that's an awful New Zealand accent, and I apologize. What did you say here about losing? So Ali losing to Berbick means Berbick was always going to beat him, so Pacquiao losing. Casanova, we call that triangle theory. It does not work out. Morrell looked worried. Benavidez looked, yep, agreed. Good day. What's up, Danny? Wasn't Tito a natural? No, he was a 47-pounder, I believe. Oh, me? Yeah, of course. Amateur and pro. I boxed both. Did Porter give Shakur a black eye? I don't know. See, Alberto, that's only if you're an ignorant American. He does not sound British at all. He sounds Australian or New Zealand. Benavidez, 10th round. Yep. Pac-Man lost to 2 lesser fighters. Exactly. Triple G did not live up to the hype. What? He's not a hype job. He was just expected. What? He didn't live up to the hype? What are you talking about? Oh, so yeah, I think you like arguing. You're very respectful and all that, but I think you just like saying shit to stir the pot. How did he not live up to the hype when he literally, his first loss, hold on, sorry. His first loss, he was 38-0. That was his first loss, and it shouldn't have been a loss because he beat Canelo. His real first loss, he was 41-0. He only lost 1 real fight to Canelo. That's the only... Oh, no, he lost 2. My bad. How is 38-0 not living up to the hype with a fucking almost 90% knockout percent? He has a 90%, almost 90% KO ratio. And he went 38-0, should have gone 40-something-0, and didn't lose really to Canelo until he was already in his fucking, like, what was he, like his mid-30s? What are you talking about? Like, and he went through everybody. Shit. You're saying some wild shit right now. Of course he exceeded. Hey, look, we don't all have to agree, but that's just a wild statement. hands? No, it's, of course you'll say that, Alberto. It's all good. EJ had a full camp. He would have stopped the old man Pac-Man. Yeah, okay. Maybe. It's Saturday in Australia right now. 41 cans. I would say the same if Pacquiao. Okay, you guys are New Zealand. You think Triple G made Canelo look easy? No. No, it wasn't easy, but he beat him. He clearly beat him the first fight, in my opinion. As he should have, because you had a Canelo going up. But we found out later that Canelo really, naturally, he says it himself, he's really a natural 160 pounder, even right now. That might have been his first venture at middle when he fought Triple G, or maybe I'm wrong. Unfortunately, Bivol's going to win this one, and I think it's not going to be controversial. I'm going for Beterbiev though, so if Beterbiev wins, I'll be happy. But I think Bivol's going to outbox him. There's a lot of ifs, but the fact is he lost to two lesser opponents. Okay. Triple G versus Bernard Hopkins. Hopkins is too big. I know Hopkins made middle, but Hopkins was really 175. But if Hopkins fought him, lost the weight, Hopkins, he's too big. Bivol's going to adjust, yeah. He's going to just throw more punches. He's going to throw more punches, get in and get out. Triple G got the first one. Keep it a beam. Yeah, he got the first one. What's up, G Smooth? I got the Mexican Monster too, baby. A dominant victory, decision, or stoppage. Bivol Beterbiev was no robbery. If anything, it was a draw. I'm with you. Absolutely. I had Beterbiev, but that's only because I wanted Beterbiev to win. I saw an argument to give Bivol the victory. It was a draw. That was a fucking draw. Now the second one also, Canelo got what? Pain and Heart Entertainment. What's up, blood? You got Bivol what? Bivol will win all. I think he will too, but I don't want him to. I want Bivol to lose. What? Two reasons. One, he's boring. Doesn't knock people out. Two, he allegedly beats his wife and is a bad dad. And the one thing I don't respect, I don't give a fuck about people's outside the ring life, but if you hurt children or women, I don't respect you. Now, of course, it's alleged, so I don't know. It might not be true. But more so, the real reason I don't want to win is because he's boring as fuck. Because if he's going to be the man in the division now I got to watch him fight everybody. You know what I'm saying? Sitting there like fighting to stay awake, like. Cubans typically lose at the highest level of sport. And that, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, that is the first certified.
Oh, that's racist.
Comment of the night. You guys are having your own little conversation here. What the fuck? Where did you hear that? Hear what? Hear what? What is you talking about, sucker? Vol will win all. Andre Ward versus Triple G. Ward's too big. I think Ward because he's too big. Ward was a natural 178 pounder, 175 pounder, and 68. Triple G was never past 60. So actually, I won't even that fight wouldn't match up. All right, well, let me go down here. You guys are killing me. I have Morrell and strength and class are different. Well, you're going to be incorrect with that one. A lot of people think Morrell will quit, thinking Cubans don't have to heart. Nah, that's stupid. You can't put a whole country or whole ethnicity and say anything like that about anybody. Like, you have dudes with no heart, and you have dudes with a lot of heart in every race, creed, and culture. Might be a draw. Oh, we'll see. I have Fulton. That fight is just straight up
boring.
I'm not even going to watch it. At 160, Ward and Triple G matchup, nice. Ward? What do I mean? I don't even think Ward fought at middleweight, and if he did, it was very briefly. Ward was a super middleweight, and the majority of his career was a light heavyweight. What do you mean? Let's go rounds. Listen to me. I am not going to your fucking hotel room.
Tutti frutti.
I'm not doing it. So stop it.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
Who do I think in your face? Bam. I'm shocked, I believe you tried to say, to see Jesus Ramos back. Super stacked. Oh, you're stoked. That's what you would say. Okay. You don't spell stoked with a C. It's Stoked. I'm not trying to sound like a douchebag hooked on phonics. Just it threw me off. You spelled stocked. I was like, why are you stocked? Cubans are tough as Mexicans. True. Figueroa is exciting to watch. Inoue should fight MJ. Michael Jackson? He passed away, so. Michael Jordan, but he's not a boxer, so. Just kidding. Tim Bradley wanted Ryan Garcia to beat Tank because he found out he beats women perhaps in a rematch. Tank beats women? Oh, Tank, right. Yeah, I don't know. That's allegedly too. Now, logic dictates that the styles make fights. A common saying is boxing is okay. Figueroa will get hit too much. Agamana Didliev. I know that name. I just can't figure out who that is. Who do you think Crawford can handle? No, he cannot. And Canelo can easily handle anything Crawford throws at him because he swallowed Triple G and Kovalev's punches. You think 147-pound Bud's going to do anything? No. Who's MF? I don't even know who you guys mean by MF. Wasn't the dude? Yeah, I hate the fucking acronyms. Hate them. Yeah, me too. I agree with Bivol, Arthur card. I thought Bivol won. If anything, a draw. Yep. Kind of. Let's be real, guys. Right? We wanted to see Undisputed, so that was exciting. But other than that, kind of boring. Was that fight not a little boring? Better be headhunting. Bivol, wife exposed him. So yeah. Well, allegedly, there's a video of Tank grabbing by the throat. You didn't grab her by the throat. He grabbed her by the arm, or her jacket. You grabbed her by her jacket. What do you mean her throat? Send that link if that's true, because I don't remember that. I remember him grabbing her by her collar. It was her shirt, not by her throat. Is Clement next one? I've got a resident one. You got Benavidez, Pitbull, and Figueroa. Yeah, I think that's about right. Oh, thank you. I meant Triple G was expected to dominate middleweight once he faced top competition. Fights were super close. What? What fights were super close? Triple G's fights were super close? All right, you're being biased. Bivol better be able was no brawl. Maybe the highest level chess match. Yeah, it was boring. Yeah, for me, it was boring. Yeah, I get it. Thank you. Thomas Hearns versus Triple G. Triple G's way too big for Tom. Actually, he's not. Thomas Hearns did go to middleweight. That'd be a dope fight, Kobe. I don't even know. I don't know if Hearns could hurt him, but if anybody could hurt him, it would be Hearns. I don't know. Maybe Hearns, but that's a tough one because I maybe Triple G because what comes down to is the chins. They both bang. Triple G could definitely take Hearns' punch, most likely. But if anything, Hearns wouldn't be able to take Triple G's punch. So maybe G. Nah, I wouldn't call fight boring. I enjoy chess masters. Okay, well, that's on you. I found it extremely
Boring.
Inside 12 for David went going for stoppage. Yeah, I don't know what any of this shit means. I never bet. People call Rigo, Lara, Shakur, etc. boring. They are, but they are. You could be boring and still be a great fighter. Yeah, you might be right with that one. You got Morrell for the upset. Word?
You must be out of your goddamn mind.
Get the fuck out of here!
Best straight right besides Wilder. Tommy Hearns. That's what made you say it, right? Tommy Hearns or the G-Man, Gerald McClellan. Beterbiev had knee surgery 6 months before the fight, but if that doesn't... 6 months is a long time. Fulton looked awful at the weigh-in. He had a belly. That motherfucker gains a lot of weight in between fights. I think he might be done. That Inoue money, I don't know how much he got, but either the money satisfied him or the loss drained all the desire out of him because he's not looking good. Morrell getting stopped. That's a fact. As you young kids would say, facts. Super facts. You're right. He did grab her by the collar. Thank you. Oh, you just went and looked at it again, right? But that says one thing. And again, allegedly, but if he's willing to do that in a public forum with cameras everywhere, picture what happens when there's no cameras around. What allegedly might happen. Yeah, it was a great fight. Let me go down here. You guys are burying me. Fulton has fallen off so much. Yep. MF Metal. What about MF Doom? Fulton going to lose. Morrell getting stepped on with the Michael Myers haircut. I know. Word. That's skibbity facts. Oh, God, bruh. Skibbity. My kids say skibbity toilet. They're young. Tank has no common sense. I was told by somebody who knows Tank personally that he's almost like he's so very socially awkward, like almost on the spectrum. What do you think about Shakur versus Schofield? I think Shakur is going to. I said this before. I guess you weren't in here. I think Shakur might get caught, might get rocked, might even go down, possibly. But he's going to do a Mayweather versus Mosley adjustment and then just cruise to a UD victory. What makes me so confident? I think Benavidez is going to be a 1 in a trillion fighter. 1 in a billion for sure, maybe 1 in a trillion. I see everything about him. I don't see any weaknesses, nothing. And so many, dominant characteristics. Canelo throws punches in the direction of his opponents, many landing on the arm and shoulders. That whole arm and shoulder thing, like I don't know why the fuck he was doing that. Like, so back in the day, Rocky Marciano used to do this. He would punch you in your arms and your shoulders. Why? Because it would tire out and fatigue and bruise up your arms. So anywhere from halfway into the fight to the end of the fight, you can't really put your arms up and you're way slower and you're fatigued. So Canelo might have been trying to do that, but halfway into the fight, when he saw that it wasn't doing anything, like, why the fuck were you doing that? Like an introvert, yeah. Word. I rate Benavidez very high, but Morrell is so skilled. Look, anything can happen. Hey, what's up, Frankie? Oi, Mr. Marco. How goes it, lad? How was your workouts today? Me workout, it was the crack. That was the crack. That was good. First workout in a few days because I've been sick. I'm telling you, and Carmel Mountain was Shakur's injured hand is what's being tested. Well, he said his hand's fine, so. Yeah, man, I'm incorporating arm punches, especially when the cat you're sparring is fully guarded up. I'm not into it. I'm not into it. Maybe if you hit really, really hard and the person, right, has good defense, then maybe it's not a bad idea. But when it stops being effective, you change strategies. You adjust. You don't just keep doing the same shit. Like Canelo was doing that like the 10th round. I'm like, dude, it's not doing anything. Go for his face because you're not hitting that. You know what I'm saying? Like he wouldn't open up, and then the few times he did, he'd punch him in the arms. It was fucking weird. When I say Triple G fights were very close, I meant Jacobs, Canelo 2. Well, Canelo 2, he lost. Derevyanchenko. Well, that's 3 fights. And Jacobs, by the way, gave close fights to fucking everybody. He was that high, except his last one, but that high talented of a fighter. I think this will be his toughest fight. Caleb Plant was good, but nah. I think Boo Boo might have been his toughest fight. He said Caleb, though. Like I'm telling you, the 40-year-old man, fucking Lion King. If I was talking, you guys are going back and forth with this shit. I don't want to be involved in your bickering. See, we lost 10 viewers because of you guys bickering. Jacob's mad underrated. He just happened to be in a time where Canelo and Triple G were reigning supreme. Otherwise, Jacobs would have been champion. Well, he might have already been a champion, but he would have been a dominant, long-lasting champion. You know what I'm saying? Caleb had a long leash in that fight. All right. Peel and shuck the frame, then attack. Can't crack a shell without shucking it. Shucky ducky. Shucky ducky. You gotta shuck it. You gotta shuck it. So when you shuck it, you don't duck it. So what I'm basically saying is,
Shucky ducky quack quack.
that's to all my older people in the chat who know what that was. Morrell going to outbox, one-dimensional Benavidez. One-dimensional? Oh, Jesus. How's he one-dimensional? I want to hear this. Or read it, I should say. Boo-boo, a piece of cake. Okay. I wonder what Jacobs was like in the amateurs. He was dope. I played Crawford, Canelo in my mind many times. I see Canelo losing by KO or no mas. Well, I think your mind is being overwhelmed by narcotics. Because I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. He lost. All right, you guys are going back. Morrell, Paul, what's up? Morrell by Benavidez hitting the air and decreasing his output by a half. Don't know what that meant. Please rephrase it without weird typos. Jacobs versus Paul Williams. Paul Williams is too small. I know he did go up to 160, but he wasn't a natural 60-pounder. And Jacobs was a natural 68-pounder, maybe even 75. Jacobs took prime Triple G and Canelo 12 rounds. Yep. But just fucking got whooped on by, who just beat his ass? Somebody that would have never beat him in his prime. Okay. I think Benavidez beats Bivol and he will push Beterbiev. Push him or beat him? Has anyone been keeping track of the news on the airplane? Nope. That comedian is from Dallas, Texas. He show is.
Shucky ducky quack quack.
Shane Mosley Jr. Oh, right. Yeah, whooped his ass. And Shane's a good fighter, though. I mean, I'm not trying to say Shane's garbage, but I don't think it would have went that way if they fought in his prime. Jose's Rumos versus never be good, though. Okay. Well, we'll see. We'll see, sucker. Sucker, motherfucker. I thought it was Philly. Casno. Nah, my logic, man. Mm-hmm. Benavidez has much better jab and stamina. Morrell has slightly faster hands and slightly slicker. I favor Benavidez. Yeah, there you go. Mom acknowledge. Appreciate you, moms. Moms Dukes. What do you think about Teddy Atlas? Crazy, and not in a disrespectful, but like whacked out. Like, beats, marches to the beat of his own drummer. Talks a lot, very dramatic, loves like stealing the show and getting all the attention on him as he talks. I've known some people who knew him, and I've heard stories that he's literally crazy. That's why I'm saying he's crazy. Not because I met him. I don't want him meeting me and trying to fucking hit me with a tire hammer, but I heard stories that he's done some crazy shit. Donnie Lalonde, the dude who Sugar Ray Leonard knocked out to win the 168 and 175-pound belts at the same time. Donnie was trained by Teddy. When Donnie and Teddy split ways, about 2 years later, 2 years after they split, Donnie gets the Sugar Ray Leonard fight, which at the time was like $4 or $5 million, which in '88 is probably like $10 million now. And Teddy Atlas finds out about this, and as a trainer, you get 20 or 30%. When he sees how much money that he would have got if he would have been still training Lalonde, he got so enraged that he feels like he went to Lalonde's apartment building. This is all in Lalonde's book, with a gun waiting to kill him, because he was like, because he got so fucking enraged that he wasn't going to get a piece of that $4 million. That's what I mean by crazy. Luckily, Lalonde wasn't there or something, so it obviously didn't happen. And look, that's what Teddy Atlas said. Who knows if that's true? Maybe he's full of shit, but I've heard all the stories where he picks up, throws shit at people. Boots. I got Boots. Who you got? Winner of Benavidez, Morrell. I got Benavidez, of course. And I got Bivol. Due to movement, footwork, strong counter punching, Benavidez will decrease his output. by half. No, disagreed. He's going to keep Pirog. I don't know much about Pirog. I know he retired too early. Attending ESPN card and witness Keyshawn get the first belt at MSG. Yep, I might be there too if they approve me. Zayas versus Spomer. I don't know who the fuck Spomer is, so I'll go with Zayas because I think Zayas is pretty dope. Damn, just one super chat so far. Well, fuck it, better than none. Pirog would have beat Triple G if his back was healthy. Did they fight? No, Pirog retired undefeated, so they never fought. Pirog is from, was he Russian? Or like Kazakhstan? No, not Kazakh. Triple G's Kazakh. I don't know, bro. Pirog was before Triple G. Oh, was he? Okay. My bad. Do you agree Manny is the greatest coach? Yes. Well, you can't say the greatest because there's no way to rate who's the greatest trainer. He's one of them. Top 5, top 3, I would even say. I was about to say that next Pirog for Triple G. Well, you didn't. Punk. Russian. Okay. Yeah, there's some great coaches over time. Speaking of Pac-Man, is Boo Boy still training any champs? The fuck is Boo Boy? He retired right before. Oh, okay. Joe Calzaghe was Triple G. Calzaghe was a super middleweight and was a light heavyweight, so they would not line up to fight. Triple G was only a middleweight. When is the Bivol? Now they could have done a catch weight or whatever, but you know, does Cal Slappy slaps and movement outdo Triple G's pressure? Now Triple G wouldn't have as much of a power advantage over somebody who's bigger than him. Don't you see something similar to Donaire versus Rigo, Morrell and his? No, I don't think Benavidez. I'm telling you, I said this before, Paul. You might have not heard it. To me, Benavidez is a 1 in a trillion fighter. He's not on the level of Rigo or Donaire. He's above. And I don't think he has the same weaknesses as them. So, no. If you have to be trained by 3 trainers, who would it be? Oh, boy. Boo Boy was overnight coach. So the chubby dude? His name was Boo Boy? I didn't know his name. Spence versus Crawford. Why did the doctor check Spence so early? 4th round. I don't know. Bivol might be the only Russian who doesn't hit hard. Yeah, it's a good point. If Benavidez looks so good, he never get the Canelo fight. What do you think, Marco? Yeah, I don't think Canelo's going to fight him. I don't. Because he's just going up in now what he wants to wax light heavyweights and then go up and wax Zerto at cruiserweight. And you think Canelo's going to be like, yeah, sure, I'll fight you. You're just getting bigger and bigger. He already didn't want to fight him when he was cruiser, when he was a super middle. If Benavidez look good, he made a big. Oh yeah, I already read that. It's going to be a while before Philippines gets the special. Well, yeah, I mean Pacquiao's he's 1 in a billion. He might even be 1 in a trillion. Nah, Roy Jones is the only 1 in a trillion. Actually, yeah, he's 1 in a billion though. Best part of Pro Danny fight was Danny and Lights. Oh yeah, that's right. Danny's the only person. Pirog's the only person to beat Jacobs, right? Before Jacobs got older and started losing to all the other guys. I'm coming back Sunday. Okay, you should. Don't forget. If I'm wrong, I'm okay with it. I don't have a lot of dudes in these boxing rooms. It's almost like it's my fighter, and it's almost like they're fighting. Like I had nothing to do with this. I tell you guys all the time, I do not have a crystal ball up my ass. I do not own a Zoltar machine. I am not Miss Cleo. I am not psychic, is what I'm trying to say. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. What I do is analyze fights and commentate on fights. not predictions. Anything can happen. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm not going to be like I'm not going to feel ashamed of it. Like I know I could be wrong, very wrong. We never know what'll fucking happen. Go down to applaud it. I thought you were going against it. The Mayweather dynasty versus Gary Russell family dynasty. Not even close, Mayweather. Probably means Sacramento. That's what you watching the fights right now. Their fights on right now. Do you think the Charlo versus Spence should go to Turkey to get? I don't fucking know, man. Yeah, I know you are. That's fine. Maybe I am. We'll see. Whatever happens, happens. Then if Morrell does that, then that's dope. I mean, even though I like Benavidez and I want him to win, then we have a new star. It's Morrell. So I'll be excited to see him fight again. David can't make 168. Oh, I'm telling you, for Canelo, he will smoke crack. He will sniff paint, glue, methamphetamine, whatever it takes. He'll get down that weight for Canelo. Yeah, I know. That was weird, right? What if Morrell outboxes Benavidez? That would be surprising to me. Actually, no. I think the only way Benavidez loses is if he gets outboxed. But Morrell's not really known to be on his toes, boxing, staying away, right? But that wouldn't be surprising. That's the only way. So it's surprising because that's not Morrell's style, but it's not surprising because that's the only way you beat Benavidez is stay away. Do kind of what Caleb Plant did for the three or four rounds. You know? You good, G. Sacramento is where I became a man. Damn, that sounds like a jail story. Sorry, but that sounds like you're about to tell it. Like, the dude came in my cell at night. He made me a man. And from that point on, I knew I'm going to be a man.
Tutti frutti.
David said he would not go down for Canelo anymore. He is, get the fuck out of here. He will. Being serious, I'm interested in your point of view. I have not heard that. Which part have you not heard? Marco, if big homie Tia were to sanction you for a birthday to go on, nah, we're not doing that. You watching the fight tomorrow? Yeah, I am. For sure. Errol Spence versus Jermell Charlo. Fuck, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, 1 in a trillion. Yeah, I think Benavidez is going to be one of those. He might be 1 in a billion, maybe not trillion. Trillion is like Roy Jones. There's only one of those. Roy Jones and right below Roy Jones is on the level of Roy's like a zillion. But then the trillions are like Sugar Ray Robinson and Willie Pep. Like those are the 1 in a trillions. Who do you think Canelo fight Morrell? Do you think Canelo fight Morrell? I don't know. If he looks like shit against Benavidez, probably. Pretty sure. What up, Reds? Hey, Marco, what do you think about Fulton? The truth?
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Not into it. How you gonna tell him what to do? Damn it, it's a good fight, but I can't bring myself to. I know, which is too bad. I don't put Usyk in because he's still active. If you're asking current pound for pound, that's one thing. But if you I don't put any active fighters in all-time great lists because they need to finish their career so we can have an accurate, full analysis of everything they've done. Should be 50. I mean, shit. The way Turkey's doing shit, it should be that should be 10. Because Turkey's cards are 20 and it's way better fighters and way more fights. Turkey's really destroying the value. He's like causing a weird inflation / recession. If Morrell has the right game plan, he can beat Benavidez. Well, yeah, of course. That's a fact. But I don't think it's going to happen. Damn, I give you all a real glimpse into my life and I get too deep. My bad. Sorry. It was just you threw me a bounce pass. I had to fucking hang on the rim. I'm still tag arrow. Okay, you guys talking. Wait, what did you say? Tag arrow, listen to introduction inside the ring. Cartrello's proven in years past. Okay. You did that with Benavidez. You did that with Ben. Huh? Would you say Clarissa Shields and Roy Jones of women's? But no. You watch your mouth. Nobody is the fucking Roy Jones of anything. That's why Roy's 1 in a trillion. Do you understand? And by the way, thanks for the alley-oop.
Y'all must have forgot.
I get what you're saying, but you look at Clarissa, you're not taken back in awe how a human being can actually have that kind of athleticism. Like Roy's the only one to ever do that. Sugar Ray Leonard was close. I won't front when you see some of the shit he did, but not Roy's the only one. That's my show is. We see Rayo do it. Turkey doing what Ace did, paid in full. Word. Hey buddy, hope you're well. What's up, Foz? Looking forward to the fight circa 4 a.m. Where you at again, Foz? Somewhere foreign, obviously. Y'all must have forgot. Marco, why do you hit the Sacktown thug CJ with it? Nah, because he was talking about becoming a man. And it just reminded me of a possible jail story in a cell by himself. It's a cold, rainy night. You know what I'm saying? He's feeling lonely. Lights are out. You know what I'm saying? And then right before the cell's about to close, somebody slips in, and you know what I'm saying? He makes him a man.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
But that is just a fictional story. Marco beats Errol in his prime. I don't know about that. I mean, I was way bigger than him, so maybe, but I don't know where Alberto went. He's here. He's arguing with what's his face? Steph. What's on the menu for tomorrow night? Fries, chips, dips, shit. Nothing. Speaking of Roy, I was surprised you said that dude had a Roy Jones. Yeah, I know. It was more the way he did it. He leaped in and boom. But yeah, you're right. That was a little disrespectful on my part. Benavidez is 1 in a trillion. Usyk is active. No, I said Benavidez I believe he has what it takes to become 1 in a trillion. You gotta listen. Nah, he has what it takes. He's still active, so I can't label him anything. I said that clearly. I believe he's going to be one of those fighters when all is said and done. Bro, Crawford better than Roy. All right, you might get blocked. Pay Tank his money if y'all want the big fights. Shit. I got Caleb, but I want to see Morrell's fight first. It's hard. Like, I want to see him against, because he has never top-level competition. Benavidez is his first one. After that, we'll talk about that. Why are you mad, Toya? Is that actual Toya? The Tank fan? Michael Moore versus Riddick. Riddick's too big. Riddick harpoons his ass with that straight right hand. For show. Blair Cobbs versus Jerron Boots. I got Boots, but Cobbs has such a great chance to upset him. What's up, Toya? Plant outboxes English language out of Morrell. Damn. He outboxes the English language out of Morrell? That was certified.
Oh, that's racist.
Black him over a comment that's black him? Damn.
Oh, that's racist.
Tank ain't talking taking no tough fights anytime soon. No, you about to get Toya go crazy over here. Just been watching Roy Jones' interview with Ward. Learned a lot about his life, boxing, and all that. As you should.
Y'all must have forgot.
Middleweight Roy or light heavyweight Roy?
Y'all must have forgot.
What about Ramos Jr. versus IBF champ Backroom versus Alive? I don't know, man. It's hard to see anybody beating Backroom after what the fuck he just did. But it's just one fight. His other fights didn't look that crazy. I'm a clown. Morrell, nice. I assume you're talking to the other guy. Morrell, nice, but Benavidez too much big experience. Exactly, Robert. I think we're going to be surprised with Morrell tomorrow. Yeah, we're going to be surprised how well his head cushions bouncing off the canvas like do. Win or lose, Benavidez will be toughest fight. Okay, let's see. Winky versus Sweepy. But Winky was too big, so they would have never really fought. When Sweepy was barely a small welterweight, whereas Winky went up to middleweight, was comfortable. So wouldn't really match up. Do you think beating a 2 gold and silver medalist in amateur at 17 years old doesn't translate into being amazing? It can and it can't. I mean, you seem like you know boxing. It's all individual. That's what you're trying to say. Okay, maybe you're right. But I could name a bunch of pros. Mark Breland, one of the greatest amateurs who ever lived. Won a championship as a pro, but wasn't an outstanding pro at all. You know what I'm saying? Then you guys like, it depends on the person. Oh, wow. Eon, that's good. I think more. Because Dokes is small enough where I think more. Sweet Pea. Arguably nobody beats Sweet Pea. Maybe Ray Leonard, maybe Floyd. Maybe Aaron Pratt, but not nobody beats Sweet Pea. Just maybe Ray Leonard and maybe Floyd, but that's it. I wish Turkey would fucking. I see he has fucking Showbiz out there interviewing for the Ring magazine. I'm pissed. I want that to be me. I won't be surprised if Bird in the toughest fight. All right, we'll see. Tank said he wants to be paid with 1 million ladies. Had a mess purses. Okay. Morrell is a lefty. Ooh, yeah. That'll give a bit of a problem. Forgot about that. A little bit. Yeah. That's always but don't forget, he's going to do straight right leads. Benavidez does a lot. Instead of jabbing, he pops you with a hard straight right lead. And straight rights is kryptonite to these southpaws. Just as their lefts are kryptonite to us, I'm telling you. Watch for Benavidez to do a lot of lead straight right hands that are going to pop his cabbage back and start lumping his shit up like instant oatmeal. I got Tank. I don't think anybody beats Tank at 35 or 40. Sorry, I'm late. 5 predictions. I'm going to go. Yeah, you're real late. Is it weird you think Winky's so great, but is it weird that you think Winky's so great, but think Bivol is boring? Winky was boring too. Absolutely. You never asked me if I thought he was boring. You just asked me if I thought it was good. He was boring at times. Winky was boring at times, but Winky stayed in the pocket more. Because remember, he would wrap his fucking big-ass hands around his face, and it would almost be like Iron Man's mask, like engage mask. So he would stay in the pocket, which made it more exciting. Bivol does not stay in the fucking pocket, which makes it even more boring. So while Winky had tendencies to be a little boring, he could also be mad exciting. Bivol is just always out of the pocket and boring. You know what I'm saying? Andrade was a SP. Stupid pussy. I don't know what you're supposed to say. I'm glad you got upset, champ. It only makes you. I'm glad you upset. What? The fuck are you talking about? Benavidez loses. Anyone could beat Morrell. Yeah, well, we'll see. Marco, give me your thoughts on Tank's resume. He's looked spectacular, but he's not faced the biggest names in his divisions. And then a lot of them ended up losing. So now it's like, yeah, if he beats Haney or if he beats fucking, Tio, it's not as impressive because they already lost, when they were all undefeated. But even then, yeah, his resume is definitely leaves a lot to be desired. Who's a real street dude in today's boxing? I don't fucking know. What's revolutionary boxing app to make? I have no idea. I agree with Marquito. Tank beats everyone, but that's why he's frustrated. Exactly, because we can't see it. I think it'll happen, but yeah, you have to show and prove. Like my man Big Daddy Kane said. We're going to see Benavidez box and be patient like he was with Andrade. Yep, he's going to just keep walking him down. And I'm telling you guys, that lead straight right hand is going to swell up his eye. Is going to swell his eye up like a shellfish allergy. Tua versus Tommy Morrison. Wow, great fucking fight. I got Tua. Morrison will gas out, and Tua will just put the beats on him like Dr. Dre. Anyone notice Tubi got... I don't really watch Tubi. Because it'll be mental if he hits Benavidez and he's still there battling back. It'll be mental. All right. All right, motherfucker. 1 second, guys. Oh, my bad. Bam, lost 10 of you. Look at that. All right. Yeah, you heard a horse. My wife's playing Zelda, and there's a horse sound. Tia, can you hear me? Tia? I think she has her headphones in. Marco's gonna let's take over his channel. Go for it. Maybe he'll get me some more viewers. Twilight Zone had an episode which was supposed to star Ezra Charles. That's fucking cool. Why didn't it? Marco has horses and his son playing Zelda. It's my wife playing Zelda. And the horses are in the game. For me, Tank is 1 in a trillion. He might end up being. Can't say it yet. He might end up being that. Absolutely. Not Benavidez. Midget, they can beat anybody into. Nah, I think they're both going to be there. Which is why they fought. Didn't they fight each other's card last time? Perfect match, those two. I mean, and the weird thing is, Paul, they both have the same results. Yeah, Tank has more one-punch knockouts, and he has more knockouts in general, but they're both completely dominant. Like, and in some instances, Benavidez is domination very rarely seen, just like Tank. So why the fuck they're very similar, yet you don't put them the same? I don't get it. I heard a fight was once stopped because of brutality in both fighters. Shit. Yep, shout out. I really don't care about demanding big fights for Tank at this point. He has no ambition. Yeah, I don't know. He seems like he wants to get out. He seems like he made his money. He wants to get out. And the truth is, even if he doesn't fight any of the big names before he gets out, he's still going to be up there as the greats, just because what he does, what he's done is so dominant and spectacular. That's just the truth. How Morrell adapts to fighting off his back foot going to be important. He's going to get tagged up like he works at Target, like doop, 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 doop. Telling you. Charles was too busy to film. Episode was about an aging fighter, Old Mongoose. The Old Mongoose wasn't Ezra Charles. The Old Mongoose was Archie Moore. Rich, you confusing shit? Or you're saying it was an episode about Archie Moore and Ezra was supposed to be in it? Or are you just confusing Ezra and Archie Moore? Because Ezra's name was not the Old Mongoose. That was Archie Moore. Do you agree with fighter going up in weight? For me, there's weight divisions for... Yeah, they can go up in weight because every... Human beings fill out over time. These kids start turning pro at 17, some at 15. So by the time they're 15, by the time they're 21, they fill out, they get their man strength, they get, they thicken up, and then by the time they're 30, they go up even more. You know how it is. That's not true. What's not true? But Benavidez is one-dimensional. I don't think he'd be pretty good boxer. He's one-dimensional? Okay. People could say that about Tank. Tank's one-dimensional, just walks at you throwing hard punches. But that's not true. Just like with Benavidez, it's not true. You should watch some of Benavidez's sparring, even from when he was young. You'll see what I'm talking about. Come on, Kobe. You trying to get blocked?
Y'all must have forgot.
Fucking guy. He doesn't have one best punch. Love Tank style too, by the way. I really like to watch him, but it's so frustrating. I know. He just messing around, brother. Literally, he got the keys in a great eraser. And okay. Boxers deserve credit. Can be dangerous. Hell yeah. Tank's skill set is unlimited. You're just biased. Why don't let's get into your mentality. Why don't you like Benavidez? What you tell me? Why don't you like him? You want to be honest and tell me the real truth, like, oh, he beat my favorite fighter, or tell me whatever your truth is. Why don't you like Benavidez? What don't you like about Benavidez? A-Rods, what up? What up, son? Marco, my girl said you need more enthusiasts. Intuitious? I don't know what the fuck you're saying. Doesn't sound like something positive, but let's see. Do you ever what was your Usyk question? Steph asked me again. Marco, you said human beings fill out and thicken up.
Tutti frutti.
Yeah, they get their man strength. I did say that.
Tutti frutti.
Hey, man. Nobody is safe from the Tutti Frutti. Tank's defense is not it. Not terrible, but his skill set, I disagree. Come on, Kobe. You trying to get blocked?
Y'all must have forgot.
Tank fanboy in the chat. I like him. Chill. Oh. I think Klitschko's too big and hits too hard. I do. I know it didn't matter with Fury, but I think Klitschko hits hard, way harder than Fury. And that straight right was like it has a laser scope on it. He had a little laser scope on top of his Reyes gloves. But it's hard to tell. Again, I got to wait till Usyk's career is over. See what he looks like fighting a couple more of these big guys. Because really, Klitschko's the same size as Anthony Joshua, and Joshua couldn't do shit with him. So I can't tell. Morrell didn't look good against Hot Rod, but yeah, I want to see the Hot Rod. I never saw the Hot Rod fight. It was the tootiest of times. I know. I don't think he beat a bigger Lara Mayweather in their prime. I asked you why don't you like Benavidez? That's what I asked you. I don't know what the fuck this shit means. David Benavidez punches 95 miles per hour, and David punches. No. David Benavidez is definitely faster. Pitbull on the undercard, I think. Tank versus Pitbull too. Ain't nobody wants to see that. What up, Legacy? B Moore's in the house. I agree. I wasn't much of a fan, but he hit hard and he had an insane poker face. Yeah. Samuel, what up, blood? What do you think about Tyson Fury's fall off? Well, fall off is a subjective way to describe it, my man. He lost 2 fights that a lot of people thought he won. And we can all agree they were both close. So it's not really a fall off. The only thing he did that was a fall off to me was that disgustingly shitty, embarrassing performance against Francis Ngannou. So, you know, people act like Usyk beat the living shit out of him. You know, and I think it's mostly to do with the fact that Usyk's so much smaller, so it was more, you know, but he didn't fall off. He's not the number 1 guy now, even though technically, if you think about it, he fucking arguably beat Usyk twice. Why shouldn't he be? Benavidez. What'd you say? Benavidez stoppage. I just hope he gets credit because Morrell is. Yep. He won't get credit though because he only has like 11 fights. That's why the fight's a lose-lose for Benavidez. You lose to him, you know, of course, we know why that's a loss. You win, you're still kind of, who cares? He has no fights. Unknown, never fought anybody. I don't hate it. I don't see him special. I think a big Mayweather could. Well, I'm trying to ask you. You don't want to answer it. What don't you like about him? You don't see him special. Why not? What's not special? His ridiculously fast combinations, his relentless power, his, believe it or not, he does have defense. He does have head movement. His way he could walk people down, the way he could pick off punches when people what do you think is not special? Because I see a lot of special. And his record indicates there's a lot of special, by the way. Doesn't take sports seriously or word. Okay. Who's the biggest disappointment in boxing? Michael Olajide. That's my man. Literally, I know him personally for years. Don't say that. Why would you say that? He didn't. That's the big thing. Michael's not even close to being the big disappointment. His brother was more of a disappointment. Takumba, who I'm also real cool with. That's just because Takumba retired early, took a loss, and then kind of just faded out. He had a lot of skill to Kuba. I used to come up. I started boxing with him I started boxing at Michael Ajde Senior's gym, Kofi, literally in Times Square. That's where I started at 13 years old. Walked in there. Michael Ajde Senior was my first trainer. I was chilling with Tacumba, his brother. He was already a more experienced fighter than me, Tacumba. Would be funny if judges scores rounds with putting in. Yeah, he's still the GOAT. To be fair, Prime Fury was different levels. So what? What are we saying here? We're saying that Wilder knocked the Prime out of Fury because he looked great fighting Dillian White and what's his face? Chisora. Yeah, I am. What's up, Marco? Got Benavidez by TKO. I'm with you, Michael. That's what I got. Winky Wright versus Donald Curry. Damn. I think Winky because he's actually, I don't know. That's a great one, Steph. I have no idea. 50-50. Maybe I'll bet on Winky because Winky had more big victories over well-known fighters, whereas Curry, I think he lost to most of the big fighters he fought, even though his knockout punch was wild. That's good for fans. He's the most exciting fighter out there. However, I believe that a very skillful fighter beat his style. Movement? Okay. I disagree. He was moving beautifully against Caleb Plant. Once he figured him out, he was moving his head. But don't forget too, Benavidez uses the high guard as bait, as part of it. He feels punches coming at him. We all do this as fighters. We know that they're not going to hurt us. We want to get the dude to open up. So a lot of times Tank does the same thing. Tank let fucking Frank Martin sit there and fire off combinations, and Tank wouldn't throw back to lull Frank Martin into a false sense of confidence and to be like, oh, I could get these punches off, I can move. He's not even punching back. And then he lulled him into that, and then he finally started punching back. Benavidez does the same thing. Him walking forward, him picking off punches, it's all part of his game plan and strategy against who he's fighting. If he goes in there in front of somebody who hits so hard that he can't do that, I bet you he'll stop doing it. Big shout to my man. A win may age well. If he KOs Morrell, then Morrell ends up winning big fights. Can end up being good for Benavidez. For now, it's a lose-lose. Agreed. Agreed, my brother. I know this one might piss you off, but what do you think about KSI and DAZN? It doesn't piss me off. Well, I don't know anything about it. Why don't you educate me? What's KSI and DAZN? What are they even doing? You educate me, my brother. Right now. Right. Benavidez uses that high guard as a part of a game plan. Absolutely. Absolutely. And dudes like Paul need to understand that. I bet you Paul knows Tank was doing it. When he saw Frank Martin, Tank would cut the ring off beautifully and then stand in front of Frank and let Frank punch off and not do shit. And I bet you Paul saw that with Tank doing it, but he doesn't like Benavidez, it seems like, so he's being a little biased and blind to Benavidez does that too. Wholeheartedly disagree that Tank allows people to punch. No, he allows people to throw. He picks them off. He did it with Frank Martin. I'm not saying he's letting them hit him, but unfortunately, when you're picking off shots, some are going to get through. No, he allows them to throw, and he didn't throw back. Or he very rarely threw back. Or I saw it, he would throw out a soft, almost like a throwaway punch to make Frank think, oh, that's all? And he did it for like 3 or 4 rounds to really lull his ass to sleep. You watch the Frank Martin fight, you'll see it. I don't know what the fuck jibbe, what that is. Winky Wright, Butterbean, don't know. Butterbean was dope. I mean, at his level. I don't fucking know. Amazon, I guess. Bud gets hit a lot. He does. And with Canelo there, it's going to be a problem. But he might move his head. But I don't think, he might move his head. He might be letting people hit him too. That might be part of his strategy because nobody really hurts Bud. So, Foreman cross guard. Yeah, right? What up, vlogs? Okay, perfect. Great analysis. I can see what you are saying. I have seen it. I believe he will face a lot of problems tomorrow. We'll see. My bad. Kalajuku is Hot Rod. Oh, that was his last fight, right? I gotta watch the highlights of that. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull it up right now because I want to see because people said he looks so bad. Morrell versus Hot Rod. Here we go. Morrell versus Hot Rod. 3 minutes. These are the highlights. Okay. Let me see if there's a different one that's a little longer than 3 minutes. Here we go. 9 minutes. I'm gonna watch that. Not right now though, because I'm talking to you guys. All right. Back to it. Benavidez or Beterbiev? I don't know yet. I got to see Beterbiev's next fight against Bivol, and then I got to see how Benavidez looks against. So I can't make that. I can't call that one yet. Prime Tommy Morrison versus Prime Brown Bomber. Morrison is way too big. Way too big. Morrison was like 6'3", 240, 250. Brown Bomber was 6'1", 210, 15 pounds. Too big. Now, Morrison, Brown Bomber would definitely have a chance because he's the greatest heavyweight who ever lived, pound for pound. But that's why I always tell you guys, you can't compare eras because the genetics, the evolution of genetics and of size and all that is just too vast. Butterbean versus Larry Holmes, Norfolk. Yeah, went 12 rounds with Holmes, or was it 10? Benavidez is very emotional. That's what people are saying, but I disagree. Morrell was not fighting Rod seriously. He was in a showroom. Oh, so your response to him not looking good is he wasn't fighting somebody seriously in a professional boxing match on television? I don't believe that. Beterbiev flattens Benavidez. Possibly. Michael Nunn versus Canelo. Ooh, that's a good one. Good one. Well, it would be at 160 because Nunn was the 160 champ. Or was he the light heavy? Was he the super middle champ when Tony beat him? I forget. That's a good one. Nunn would be able to stay away. Ness was shitting on David fight because his pay-per-view last season. Yeah. Salute Marquito. I'm about to listen to some Throwback Smiles and South Star and mellow out for the rest of the night. All right. Love, peace, and peace, and hair grease. If Benavidez doesn't win, I renounce the throne as Prince of Zamunda. You coming on after the... Yeah, I might. Yeah, I probably will be. I see the fight. Yeah, we'll see. We'll talk about it tomorrow. Come on tomorrow. None was a middleweight when it was a middleweight. Okay. Wilder will only beat you if you don't move your head or get. Wilder can. We say can't compare eras, but you said 2 days ago that Brown Bomber would destroy Prime Tarver. When I asked, well, because they're not in the same weight class. If you're comparing two dudes in the same weight class, it's the same theory. For all intents and purposes, Morrison and Joe Louis are in different weight classes. Like Joe Louis is basically a fucking cruiserweight, in today's standards. But Tarver was always smaller than, But Tarver would actually, because he's a great boxer and he's tall, he would probably give him some problems. But I don't think he could stand up to Joe Louis's power. Damn. That's rude. What would make you say some rude shit like that? Morrell looks good, but he was hit more. Finish the fight early. I was saying the Rod fight. I was referring to. Yeah, I know what you're referring to. Still, though, why would he be on TV on a professional fight that means everything, and he knows was probably setting up his next big match for a title against Benavidez? Why would he just play around? That doesn't make sense. Sounds like a cop-out. Canelo's chin is made of vibranium. I like that. Vibranium is the hardest metal, but I've never used that in my videos because most people don't know that. So I go with titanium. I go with the one that people have heard of. I can't just confuse people. I get people pulling out, Googling shit while my video is playing because they don't know a word. Then they don't even see my video because by the time they're done Googling it, it's over. Tommy Hearns versus Sebastian Fondora. Damn. I don't know. I don't know if Hearns Fondora can hold up to Hearns' punch. I mean, if If this dude knocked him out, and so did, but Lubin almost had him out, Hearns would probably stretch him for the whole night. You still do amateurish tings. Okay. Well, I know you love yourself some Morrell. Yo, Paul, let me ask you a question. 2 questions. Where are you from? And what's your ethnicity? Because if you tell me you're fucking Cuban, I'm done. Regardless of the result, let's hope there's no trilogy between Benavidez and before. I know, I don't want to see that shit either. I'm with you. Marco doesn't compare current fighters with past ones. I like not to, but when you guys ask me, I'll, but it's hard to do it. Hearns, Sparks, Fondora. You're probably right. Too many rematches, bro. I'm with you. Like, I don't want to see Usyk and Fury, although if any fight should demand a trilogy, it should be that one, because both fights were mad close. But I don't want to see it. Great video, Danny Williams, shoulder popping out. You know your crap. Appreciate you. That was a dope fight. Danny Williams ended up knocking out Mike Tyson. Mike was fucking rocking him too. Then Danny just did some Buster Douglas shit. Just stood in front of him, started throwing punches, wasn't scared, and Mike just quit. Mike literally quit. If you look, Mike was okay. He could have got up. He just decided not to. He was done. So, all right, peoples, I'm going to bounce. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the fight. Let's see what's popping. I'm excited. I appreciate you guys. Hit the like and all that on the way out. Peace.